What was that? Ain't no way.
That is why today I want to explain three major European
That is why today you should explain what the I just heard and saw. Was that a bomb? Was that a gun? What was it? He talking about? Yeah, he talking about terrorism. Terrorism at a basketball game. What? I came in with my family. What? I'm trying to enjoy myself. I done paid $5 for a hot dog and you gonna blow up the damn gym? What the f is wrong with you, nigga? At least let me finish my shit. Like, bro, what are we doing? We got armed guards and security down here just watching niggas burn the shit down.
Football rivalry is probably...
Hey, look at this shit. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. And I'm back with another video, man. BryceDaBadger back with another one for you today, tonight, wherever you wet, dog. I got why NBA rivalries can't match European ones. Yo, I've never heard of this. I've never thought of the European rivalries within basketball, bro. This is about Basketball Matters and Basketball News. Original video is in the description, of course. Let's go ahead and get into it, bro. I'm ready to see, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to educate myself on what's happening across the pond.
Good NBA rivalry, but let's be honest, most of them are shark. More on them later. I love a good NBA rivalry, but let's be honest, most of them are built by some specific playoff series, star players, and we're talking about a few specific eras. Then you look at European basketball, and what you find are rivalries built on city geography, political backgrounds, deep family traditions, and are between century-old multi-sport clubs.
Hello? What? What was that? Ain't no way.
That is why today I want to explain three major European...
That is why today you should explain what the fuck I just heard and saw. Was that a bomb? Was that a gun? What was it? Nigga, that's what I need to know. Yeah, he talking about? Yeah, he talking about terrorism. Terrorism at a basketball game. What? I came in with my family. What? I'm trying to enjoy myself. I done paid $5 for a hot dog and you gonna blow up the damn gym? What the fuck is wrong with you, nigga? At least let me finish my shit.
Basketball rivalries that make the NBA ones look kinda soft. Before we jump in, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and put your notification bell on, because that's the only way not to miss out on our next video. We start in Belgrade, Serbia, the birthplace of what's known as the Eternal Derby. The city's two competing clubs are Crvena Zvezda and Partizan.
Okay. Let me stop dancing. I have no clue what the fuck they chanting for. They might be saying some crazy shit. This is a crazy scene.
Established in 1945, just after the Second World War, inside the new Yugoslav system. Crvena Zvezda, or Red Star, came from a youth sports society connected to the new government, while Partizan was formed through the Yugoslav army's sports structure. Both clubs almost simultaneously launched both football and basketball sectors, and their first official basketball game came just 1 year later. Partizan won that in a highly entertaining 24-21 matchup. But okay, how did these two sporting organizations grow to literally hate each other? From my interactions with Serbians, I heard that one club represents one clear political side and the other represents the opposite. But the truth, organizations grow to literally hate each other. From my interactions with Serbians, I heard that one club represents one clear political side.
Somebody gotta knock that nigga in the jaw. Whoever fucking with this dude at the free throw line with the laser, bro. Somebody gotta check that nigga, bro.
Side and the other represents
That's
the
crazy.
But the truth is that modern fan bases are much more complicated than that. There's no one clean border splitting Belgrade into Partizan and Zvezda neighborhoods, for example. Fans live across the city, and in many families, fandom is something you inherit as a kid.
But it's like their whole livelihood is tied to a sports team. Like, what's that about? That's odd.
Actually, during my last visit to Belgrade, I met a Partizan supporter who was married to a Zvezda fan, so
Like a
good luck
Cowboys
to their
fan.
child. Anyhow, even though the
Like, bro, what are we doing? We got armed guards and security down here just watching niggas burn the shit down.
football
Okay.
rivalry is probably
Hey, look at this shit. Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
more famous, basketball did create its own history fairly quickly. Crvena Zvezda controlled the early years of Yugoslav basketball, winning 10 championships in a row after the war. Then Partizan became a major force during the 1970s, won European Courage Cups, and eventually reached the highest point possible by becoming European champion in 1992.
And watch this, the final.
So obviously they cold.
4 seconds.
So what, they mad that they cold? That was their Jordan moment right there, right?
And is that the three-pointer? It is. It's 71-70 and the clock's not down. And Partizan.
Essentially,
That was their
this
Jordan
wasn't
moment.
just a football rivalry moved into an indoor arena. Both basketball sections have given their fans real reasons to feel superior and real reasons to hate the other side. Partizan dominated much of Serbian basketball through the 2000s and early 2010s, while Zvezda answered with its own long run of domestic and Adriatic success during the following decade. Now their all-time record as of August 2026 sits at a close 163 to 148 for Partizan. So basically, every generation of fans watched one club control the country while the other fought its way back. And now that both teams have returned to the EuroLeague stage since 2022, the rivalry feels even bigger, both when it comes to the atmosphere
What's this mean?
and huge moments.
Bulldozer kicks. Nedovic rises.
Bang!
Troika!
To this day, I remember my visits to Serbia, and those basketball games were the most memorable atmosphere I've ever witnessed in person.
The penguin with a one piece with Luffy hat on down here. Bro, I don't even know what to say, bro. I'm just taken aback. I wouldn't know what to do in this situation. Like hearing niggas chant like this the whole time, the whole game, bro. And then for a dude to hit a game-winning 3 on the other team to make the cheering team lose, well, I think they about to kill that boy on me. I'm trying to get up out of
There
there.
are two ultras groups responsible for it. Partizan's organized supporters are known as the Grobari or the Gravediggers.
I don't
while
feel
Zvezda's
safe.
are
I don't
called
think
the
I would feel
Elje,
safe.
aka the Brave Ones. They bring these huge flags, smoke flares, coordinated banners, and
Nigga, what? What is this shit?
of course the chants. Chants that start hours before the game.
Like, they don't
continue
even
throughout
care
the
about
entire
guys
night,
being able to
and
make
echo the
calls
streets
on the
long
court.
after. Both clubs have also used the same major arenas in Belgrade, which means the exact same building can feel completely different depending on whose home game it is. The craziest thing is that those crowds
What does that mean? Black side of the
different
white city.
depending on
What does that mean? Black side of white city. White city. What is white? Why is it?
whose home game it is. The craziest thing is that those crowds can literally
I know
be
we in Serbia,
decisive.
but like,
Many of the Serbian League, Courage Cup, or ABA League games have been interrupted or stopped completely because of crowd trouble. Whether it's the offensive chants, lighters,
what I'm
coins,
saying?
or other objects getting thrown at players, or fights in the stands breaking out. I was told that those fights continue after the games when opposing ultras meet in local gas stations. So while the ultras make the games feel special, it also often becomes much bigger than basketball itself. And I think now it's a perfect time to take a break from all this intensity.
they hold like
literally no risk for
livelihood.
crime.
They
Now let's get
hold like personality and characters like based around the team almost. Like,
back to these heated
are they
rivalries.
okay?
We arrive in Athens, Greece.
Oh shit, Giannis.
This is where Panathinaikos and Olympiacos have their own version of the Eternal Derby. Well,
I was gonna
not
say
exactly.
something, but I'm gonna
It's
shut
called
up.
The Derby of Eternal Enemies. Anyhow, Panathinaikos comes from Athens, while Olympiakos is based in the nearby port town of
That looks beautiful. Whoa.
Panathinaikos comes from Athens, while Olympiakos is based in the nearby port.
Damn. What type of money y'all think you gotta have to live out here, bruh? This looks nice. It also looks dense as fuck, but it looks nice.
Town of Piraeus.
It looks nice from above.
Olympiakos was linked more with the old Athenian society, while Olympiakos was seen as the club of the working people from the port. But again, that does not perfectly describe the modern fan bases. Both clubs now have supporters from every class and even outside of Athens. What still matters though is the Athens versus Piraeus identity.
Πίσω από τον πάγκο του Ολυμπιακού.
That clash
These niggas just walking like it's normal.
first started in football, as their first ever match happened in 1925. It took over 20 years after that for their first basketball meeting to happen. There, Pau won 38-31, and since then they have played each other hundreds of times. Just like with the Zvezda and Partizan rivalry, basketball built its own stage for hatred, and
Nuts in
over
his
time,
face.
it became
Put
one
his
of the
nuts in
most
his face.
important stages.
He put his nuts
The
in
biggest
his face.
difference and the
They
selling point
getting
of
out
the
the
Greek
place.
derby is the level of basketball success on both sides. Panathinaikos became one of Europe's most dominant teams from the mid-1990s, especially under Željko Obradović. That golden era gave them 6 European titles, 2
Damn.
triple crowns, and etched the names of legends like Dimitris Diamantidis in stone. Meanwhile, Olympiakos reached the top in 1997, then came back with another huge era behind Vasilis Panoulis and Yorgos Printezis, winning back-to-back EuroLeague titles in 2012 and 2013.
Cruz by himself. Gets it to Printezis. He makes it! Olympiacos ahead!
In the modern day, we saw Panathinaikos win their 7th title in 2024, while Olympiakos just got their 4th in 2026. So whenever these teams meet, it's usually much more than just figuring out who's ruling Greece that night. And their
Right, these
head-to-head
niggas
situation
cold.
is quite interesting too. As I said, Pau has more titles in the EuroLeague, but has lost their last 11 games in a row against Olympiakos.
Damn.
In fact, in the EuroLeague, Olympiakos has an all-time record of 23-7. But then you look at the total record across all competitions, and Pau leads 173-160.
Well.
And depending on the decade, one club has usually been chasing the other. Now, another side that makes this rivalry special is what's happening both on the court and off the court. You have the Giannakopoulos family on the Panathinaikos side and the Angelopoulos brothers with Olympiakos. There are constant arguments about referees, and both clubs regularly believe the system is working against them. Look, I'm not interested in.
I mean, I don't know, brother. He clearly called a timeout, and that nigga didn't say, okay, timeout.
Conspiracies.
I don't know. I don't know.
From both sides could spend 5 hours telling you why the other club controls Greek basketball. Point being, fittingly for the Greeks, there's been a lot of drama in the background. In 2019, for example, Olympiakos literally walked out of the game at halftime over the officiating.
Damn.
And they accepted relegation from the Greek league just to avoid playing Panathinaikos again.
Now imagine if niggas started doing that when they played the Chiefs.
Pau has also received fines, played games behind closed doors, and faced punishments for its own supporter problems over the years. The Gate 7 versus Gate 13 rivalry is just as fierce as the Belgrade Derby 1, and there's been plenty of incidents and fights throughout the years.
Σήμερα υπήρχε μια ομάδα στο γήπεδο, ο Ολυμπιακός ξέρει να χάνει. Και ο Παναθηναϊκός
Who shoot? What?
Αυτό που γίνεται
Get the fuck out. I'm running. Why niggas standing around? I don't know. These niggas ain't got no survival skills, I'm telling you.
Video on all these fan incidents, including a flare hitting a player, so if you want to check that out, I'll leave the link in the description, or I'll leave it at the
Bro,
end
shit is
screen of the
different
video.
overseas,
Finally,
bro.
we
I'm
have a
telling you,
rivalry
shit
that
is
might be
different
the most
over there.
underrated between these three. Fenerbahce against Galatasaray.
Who these? Where we at? Spain? Watch, I'm way off. Might be in Brazil, might be in Argentina. No, we in Europe. We in Europe. I might be right. Spain?
Probably the easiest way to understand it is through the
Fuck.
geography of Istanbul. Galatasaray comes from the European side of the city, while Fenerbahce is on the Asian side. That's why this matchup is
Asian
called
side.
the Intercontinental Derby.
Oh, so y'all racist.
Galatasaray was founded through the famous Galatasaray High School, while Fenerbahce grew from the Kadıköy community.
Famous high school.
The famous Galatasaray High School.
Why is it famous? What's it famous for? Somebody let me know, please.
While Fenerbahce grew from the Kadıköy community. Historically, people connected Galatasaray more with an old educational elite and Fenerbahce more with its local community. And just like with the other two rivalries, both fan bases today exist everywhere in Istanbul, across Turkey, and even worldwide.
Would I be wrong to say that, like, all this cheering and shit that the Europeans do
versus Asia
in
concept
sports,
is helpful, but
all the cheering is because, like, y'all don't really have anything else to, like, you know, cheer for? Would that be crazy to say? I don't know. I'm just talking.
this is really a rivalry between two major football clubs in Istanbul. I think out of the three rivalries we talked about, this is clearly the one where football...
I mean, I don't know what all y'all can and can't do over there, you know what I
doesn't
mean?
mean that basketball games don't
Depending
matter.
on the country.
They have the same colors, chants, and supporter groups showing up. So even if the basketball teams are having completely different seasons, fans still treat the game like a battle for the whole club.
Like at any point in the country right next to you could bomb you type shit. But I think it's also cool that at any point you can just drive to another country.
Than you would think. Galatasaray was one of the early pioneers of Turkish basketball and won many of its championships during the first decades of the sport. Fenerbahce had its own early success, but its biggest rise came much later. Since 2006, Fener has been a regular EuroLeague team. Later, they evolved into a serious contender and finally won the competition in 2017. Galatasaray didn't reach that same level in the modern era, as actually their last season in the EuroLeague was in 2017. That followed their 2016 Euro Cup title, which is still one of the biggest moments in the club's basketball history. So we should be honest, Fenerbahce has clearly been the more successful basketball club, especially in the last few decades. But that doesn't mean that the games are boring or meaningless for Galatasaray or Fenerbahce fans. The all-time series has also remained competitive. Across all competitions, Fener is leading 135 to 123, which is actually the smallest margin compared to the other two rivalries. But anyways, the fans are not selecting their club by looking at the standings. Just like in Serbia or Greece, they usually support the same team their family already supports in football. And that's exactly what the atmospheres of these games reflect.
Like, bro, you will never catch a Cowboys stadium doing this, bro. And they are the biggest fans of their teams in the NFL, bro, besides probably Eagles fans. This you will never see in a Cowboy stadium, a Philly stadium, an LSU stadium, a USC Gamecock stadium. You will never see this shit in goddamn, I don't even know where else, bro. Tennessee stadium, Tennessee Volunteers, bro. Ohio State. We just not jumping around like this, bro. We worried about the fucking stadium falling apart. We worried about the shit falling. You know what I mean? Falling through the floor. Hell nah, nigga, I'm good. I'm not jumping. Hell nah, bro. But these people, they do not care.
The yellow
they
and blue
turn
or red and
lit,
yellow stands,
drunk.
chants brought indoors, huge flags, smoke flares, and heavy security around the arena.
Like, genuinely, what the fuck do you mean they bringing in flares? They're bringing flares inside of a building. Inside of a building, bro. I don't think they do open arenas. I don't think they have open air arenas. Not for basketball. They have flares in the arena, brother. I got asthma, nigga. Put that shit down. I cannot breathe.
Groups have created great scenes, and both clubs have also been punished for crowd problems at different points. One of the examples was the 2014 Turkish final.
Don't go that nigga.
And Galatasaray reached a deciding Game 7, but Galatasaray believed Fener should have received a stronger punishment after crowd trouble in the previous game. Galatasaray decided not to appear in that game, and Fenerbahce was awarded the game 20.
Wait, what?
Should have Fenerbahce and Galatasaray reached a deciding Game 7, but Galatasaray believed Fener should have received a stronger punishment after crowd trouble in the previous game. Galatasaray decided not to appear in that game, and Fenerbahce was awarded the game 20-0 and became champion. The biggest domestic series of that year ended without the final game ever being played. And trust me, these game interruptions happen all the time in the Turkish league, which just shows you that this rivalry will always matter even when Galatasaray is outside the EuroLeague. So yeah, these are three rivalries that are intense for different reasons. One has the political divide, the other is about geography, and the last one is influenced most by football. And at the same time, all share some similar features. Now for those asking where's El Clasico, I just didn't think it's worth making this list when it comes to basketball. And as for any other rivalries, I'll be waiting for you guys in the comments below. Which rivalry do you think is the most intense in this list? And which ones did I miss out on and should have included? Drop all those thoughts below. Also make sure to like and hype this.
This was a great video, great look into what the EuroLeague is about, what it's like, and the rivalries within it, man. God damn, I could not be in one of those stadiums. I could not. Claustrophobia, I can't breathe. I got all these people sweating on me, they drunk, yelling in my ear, my face. You know what I'm saying? I'm black. I'll be scared in that Serbian stadium. I ain't gonna hold you. But look, bro, excellent video, man. Again, original video is in the description. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one, bro. Peace.